With the 2026 World Cup a little under a year away, there is plenty of opportunities for new nations to make their reappearance or make their first appearance at the tournament. And one of those nations is Norway. Currently, the Lions sit at the top of Group I with 18 points, 3 points ahead of the Italians, and with one more win against Estonia in their next game, it looks all but confirmed that the Norwegians will be heading to the 2026 World Cup in Mexico, Canada, and the US. This would be monumental for the Nordic nation, and it will be their first appearance at a major international tournament since their last qualification for Euro 2000. Now, for the longest time, this team has been one of the biggest underachievers in world football, and it made many people question if we'll ever see Erling Haaland and Martin Odegaard at a major international tournament. Since Haaland debuted for the Norwegian team in 2019, they have consistently been the third team in the group in qualifying. That one, that could give the top teams trouble, but would never actually make it to the tournament. In the first qualification run with Haaland, the Norwegians were trying to make it to Euro 2020, and they fought hard, but they fell 4 points behind their Nordic neighbors in Sweden. But, it wasn't over for the Norwegians yet, as they still had the chance to qualify for the tournament through the playoffs. But it wasn't meant to be, as they fell down to the Serbians 2-1 in the semis. And, but hey, it's okay. Haaland was still only 19-20, so there's still time for them to regroup and push forward. All they need to do is pick themselves up and look forward to the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Fast forward to those qualifiers, and Haaland had continued to dominate to Borussia Dortmund, and he was on the on the path to go to Manchester City. And this Norway team looked well and fit to qualify for their first international tournament since the 2000s. The qualifiers started smoothly with a 3-0 win over Gibraltar, but they hit a slight roadblock on March 27th of 2021 when they fell to the Turkish team 3-0 in a crushing defeat that may or may not be detrimental to their chances, but we'll find out about that later. They rebounded nicely with a 1-0 win over Montenegro 3 days after that defeat to the Turkish national team. Later in qualifying, they picked up a huge draw against the Dutch, which kept their qualification dreams alive. Nice wins over Gibraltar and Latvia followed, and it brought them second in the table, tied on points with the Dutch, about halfway through the qualification cycle. Their next game, they drew with the Turkish, falling behind the Dutch and bringing Turkey within 2 points of them in the table. Their qualification chances fell apart after a tough draw against Latvia, which brought Turkey back in it. The Dutch delivered the final blow with a 2-0 win, which put an end to their qualification dreams. You know what they say though? Third time is the charm. And that third time was qualification for the 2024 Euros in Germany. They drew into a group with Spain, Scotland, Georgia, and Cyprus. Tough teams, excluding Cyprus, that could give them a lot of trouble, but let's see how they did. Unfortunately, qualifying got off to a rough start for the Lions, only collecting 1 point in their first 3 games, but a win over Cyprus and Georgia put them back in the hunt. They were able to pick up another win against the Cypriots, which gave them 9 points from their last 3 games. If they could play well against Spain, maybe there was a chance for the Lions. Unfortunately, a lone goal from Gavi in the 49th and Scotland in another game securing a late equalizer against Georgia officially put an end to the Lions' hopes of qualifying. 3 qualification cycles and 3 consecutive third-place finishes. It was a tough time for the Norwegians, but things look different now, and maybe the Norwegians finally have what it takes to consistently qualify for major tournaments and reach the potential that so many people thought they could reach when Haaland broke onto the scene back in 2019. Anyways, it was just a short and quick video guide for you guys talking about the bad times that Norway had to go through before eventually getting to what may hopefully seem like their first tournament since Euro 2000. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all in the next one. See ya.